I mean, I was very disappointed about this. So these debates are so boring at this point. I watch them so that our viewers don't have to. We talk about it the next day. Yes, thank you. It's really self-sacrificial of me. This should not have been a difficult question for them to ask. They should have just said, is this true? And if not, are you saying Elizabeth Warren is lying? Then they should have turned to Warren and said, is he lying? How hard is that?
I mean, really, if this had been a Fox News hosted debate and this had happened, can you imagine the outrage towards, or even somebody like yourself had been a host over at OANN and this had happened? They would have said, oh, that's so wrong. The conservative media is coming after Bernie Sanders. This was an attack from CNN and a CNN reporter. The original story was sourced to CNN. You know, speculation is that it came from the Warren campaign herself. BuzzFeed did some follow-up, looking into this, and they said that he did say something along those lines as well. It really seems like a hit job from the Warren campaign that CNN just bought hook, line, and sinker. And I think that uncomfortable laughter from the audience was probably from Warren people who were appreciative, I don't know, or Bernie Sanders people who really wanted to groan, because I was astonished when she just turned to Elizabeth Warren and completely ignored that Bernie Sanders live on air had denied the allegation that he said a woman could not win.
Yeah, they were just like, how do you feel about the lie that he just denied? I mean, ridiculous. Bernie Sanders people, by the way, today are so angry at CNN. I mean, there's on Twitter, there's been hashtags like never Warren, Warren is a snake, and, abolish CNN or something of that nature. CNN is garbage. That's what they have been tweeting all day because they're so mad about how Bernie Sanders was treated. Now, I have no idea whether this story is true or not. It really is a he said, she said. I have no idea. Bernie Sanders' policies are very anti-woman, so it's possible that he would say something like that. But Elizabeth Warren has a history of lying, so who knows if it's true. Regardless, we should have let them duke it out. We wanted to see that conversation, and CNN didn't allow it, so that was really annoying.
And I really think that the Democratic voters have a right to see that conversation as well.
Definitely.
I mean, if it's going to be between these two incredible socialists, Bernie Sanders is actually more borderline communist and has spoken, and lauded the communist regime before. We need to be able to see who is lying, where did this come from, what did you really say? And it's very interesting to me that he hasn't disclosed what he really said. I'm assuming, and this is totally Kraut's conspiracy corner for a moment, I'm assuming that he said something like, hey, Elizabeth, yes, a woman can win. Yes, Hillary Clinton won more of the popular vote, yada, yada. But do you really think you can win against Donald Trump? And I think that he doesn't want to admit that he said that.